For the Texas A&M football show.
This is KBTX-TV, Bryan College Station.
What you're seeing here today is more than a wedding. It is a public statement of a man's commitment to his country, to his people, and to a way of life. Prince Ali Mahmoud is Barack, and Barack is Prince Ali Mahmoud. And when he takes the hand of Princess Yasmin Hassada Bishmir, it will signify not only a marriage of two people, but of two great nations. Followed by Jeffrey Martin Sahim, his foreign minister, is now making his way to the inner chamber where the wedding ceremony will take place. The prince is dressed in his ceremonial military garb, denoting the rank of commander-in-chief of all of Barack's armed forces. Now inside the chapel, the prince takes his place before the Chief Justice as we await the entrance of Princess Yasmin. And now King Hassad will escort his daughter to the altar. The princess is breathtaking. One can only wonder what's going through her mind, what goes through the mind of any young bride as she walks toward the man to whom she will shortly give herself in marriage. They've now entered the inner court where the king and his daughter are assuming their places before the ceremony begins. The doors to the inner court are closed, as Prince Ali is about to take the Princess Yasmin as his bride. The gates you see separating us from the inner court will be closed as the wedding begins.
I'm going to have to chase you out of here for a while, Kate. I'm expecting one of my attorneys, and we have to talk privately.
Oh, well, no problem. I'm almost finished up here anyway.
Before you go, I'd like to ask you something. Did Leanne ever talk to you about why Kelly and Trey split up?
No, she said that Kelly didn't want to talk about it.
I'd give anything to know what happened between those two.
Well, Sam, all I know is that Leanne is very worried about Kelly, and every time she calls, Kelly cuts her off. Especially the last couple of days. I know she was going to call after she heard about the arrest, but Trey told Leanne to back off.
Come in. Well, Dick, you made good time.
Well, I still charge for the mile.
Kate, this is Dick Bryson, an old friend. And a terrific guy to have on your side if you're in trouble. Dick, this is my wife's assistant, Kate Wells.
Miss Wells, it's a pleasure.
How do you do? As you gentlemen have business to discuss, I'll leave you alone. Nice meeting you, Mr. Bryson.
Same here. Thank you. So, Sam, what's the emergency this time?
I got a job for you.
Am I going to like it?
I don't care if you like it. I want you to get me whatever it takes to prove Kelly Harper an unfit mother.
That's great, Lynn. We can be there in about a half hour. All right, thank you. Bye. How's Dr. Barry? She runs a drug rehab center at the university. I think you're going to like her.
I'm not going. You call the hospital and tell them I changed my mind. I'm not going.
your child listens to the sounds of learning with My Talking Computer.
Find the 4 fish. Right. Press the red square. Oops. The bird in the tree. Perfect. Equals 900.
Terrific.
It's expandable for all ages.
That's 10.
You did it.
My Talking Computer is learning, cleverly disguised as fun. Clock modules sold separately.
We're Flintstones kids. 10 million strong and growing.
This world takes a little growing into, and 10 million kids are growing up with Flintstones.
10 million strong and growing.
That chili you had for dinner has started a 3-alarm fire inside you. Alka-Seltzer to the rescue. Alka-Seltzer brings emergency relief to your heartburn and quiets the sirens in your head.
Alka-Seltzer to the rescue.
Kelly, talk to me. Tell me what you're afraid of. I promise you, nothing at the hospital's gonna be as bad as the last 24 hours.
Oh, I'm so sick of your bad answers. How do you know? You've never been through this.
You're right, I haven't, but I've seen it before.
And I'm not going to let you lock me up with those crazy people. I am not crazy.
I know you're not. You're not gonna be locked in a cell. It's not a jail. It's a hospital.
It's the same thing. And Scotty, I can't be away from Scotty for 3 weeks.
He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be with me and Mom.
I can take care of my own son. He needs his mother.
He needs you well.
I'm not sick. I'm off the drugs now. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine.
Damn it, Kelly, look, don't stop now. If you do, you'll be right back on the drugs in a couple of days. And where will Scotty be then? Worse yet, what happens if you kill yourself? Because you will, sooner or later, you know it! Kelly, if you don't get help, you're going to be right back on the drugs.
I'm so ashamed. All I can think of right now is doing a line.
You want to lose Scotty, too?
No!
Well, you're gonna. If you do another line, Sam Clegg is gonna take Scotty away from you, and there's gonna be nothing that you or I or anybody can do to get him back.
Pour rester fidèle à la tradition des Barakans, les détails concernant la robe de mariée de la princesse ont été joliment gardés secrets.
You're missing everything. I just saw Sloane Denning on TV.
So what? Now, where's Myrna?
I don't know. I guess she's still getting dressed.
Well, she better get a move on because I've arranged for a driver and a car to take us to the reception, and I don't want to be late.
I don't either. I'm so excited.
You know something? You look ravishing. And I'm very proud to have you on my arm.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Haven't you ever been to a wedding before?
Besides ours?
Uh-huh.
No. My sister eloped, but she married this real creepy guy anyways.
La princesse porte
Oh, Trey, look. The princess. Oh, God, isn't she beautiful? Look at that dress. God, nothing like I was on our wedding day. Ugh, I was so nervous. Everything happened so fast. I can hardly remember what was said or done or...
Yeah, and ours wasn't much of a ceremony, was it? I bet you always dreamed about having a big wedding in a church with a gown with maiden of honor. Or...
And my dad walking me down the aisle. Yeah, I guess every girl has a fantasy about what her wedding day would be like.
And ours wasn't very romantic, was it?
Oh, no. I loved it. I love you. Oh, I'll never forget that day. Ever.
I'm glad. Because big weddings aren't everything they're cracked up to be.
You and Sloane had a huge wedding. I remember seeing pictures. It was beautiful.
Well, I guess that proves my point. Size and grandeur are no guarantee that you'll live happily ever after.
The wedding ceremony is about to begin. Prince Ali is standing before the Chief Justice of the Islamic Court who will preside over the ceremony. Princess Yasmin is at her father's side. The Moroccan wedding ritual is very ancient and it's highly traditional. It begins with the prince accepting the ceremonial lamp from his future father-in-law.
God's light is of the heaven and of the earth. His love is like a glistening star.
The lighting of the candle is a traditional Baroccan symbol, representing the eternal union of a man and a woman.
From a blessed tree it is lighted, whose oil shall not shine until lit by the flame of God and his love. Light upon light, two souls joined together in his love.
Ali, I am your beloved, and you are my beloved.
Yasmin, I am your beloved, and you are my beloved.
With the authority vested in me by the royal court of Barak, under God and before these witnesses, I join you together as man and wife.
If 6 different fruits appeal to several different people, what one thing appeals to everyone? A box of Jell-O brand gelatin. Not only does it make Susan's strawberries stupendous and Greg's grapes great, it makes Maggie's melons magnificent and Anna's bananas even better, and Adam's apples amazing, and Arnold's oranges outstanding. So if you find fruit appealing, see your favorite magazines. Because if there's one thing a piece of fruit finds appealing, it's Jell-O gelatin, and that appeals to everyone. Jell-O gelatin. We've got fruit appeal.
Mention decaffeinated coffee to a lot of coffee drinkers, and this can happen. To them, decaffeinated just doesn't have enough flavor, enough aroma. But now there's new Brim. It's aroma blended to give you a rich aroma, a full-bodied flavor. So for some people, it's new Brim or nothing. Brim?
Brim?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Brim? What do you think? Fill it to the rim with new Brim.
You and your baby get more out of the Play School years with the Fold and Go Activity Quilt, an entertainment center with 10 fun activities to fold up and take with you. Time to go. Play School's Fold and Go Quilt.
Play School years.
When the tight, aching stiffness of minor arthritis pain gets a hold of you, you need strong relief. You need the warming power of Bengay. Rub in Bengay and feel its soothing, penetrating warmth, helping to increase circulation and starting to relieve pain fast, right where it hurts most. When arthritis pain gets a hold of you, break the grip of pain with Bengay.
Can I do it?
I don't know yet. I need a few more answers first. Now, how does Trigg figure in this? This is his child. He's the only one who can sue for custody.
Trey's in Barak for that blasted wedding. Do we really need him to start proceedings?
Well, it might be easier for the father to be in on it. But depending on the circumstances, we may be able to move ahead without him.
Well, the circumstances are Kelly was arrested for prostitution. Surely you can start a case on that.
Well, that may not be enough. The charges are still pending.
You want more proof? All right, I'll give it to you. You should have seen the condition that woman was in last night. And her house. She can't even take care of herself, let alone a 3-year-old child.
Okay. Watch your blood pressure. Now you've given me something to go on. First of all, I can set the preliminaries in motion. But sooner or later, Trey's going to have to be involved in it. Now, I don't know a lawyer who'd take this case without it. And you'd be on very shaky grounds legally.
Okay.
Now, second, I need a copy of the boy's birth certificate to establish that Trey is the legal father.
Well, of course he's the legal father.
Well, I'm not arguing with you, but the court is going to ask for documentation.
How quickly can we move on this?
Well, I'd like to put a couple of my people on it to see what else we can find out about Miss Harper. In the meantime, I can start the preliminary paperwork. But again, I can't do much without Trey's cooperation.
Trey's the least of our concerns. I want Scotty out of that house, and I don't care how you do it. Just do it.
The next few days are going to be rough, Kelly. You'll be spending most of your time in bed while we monitor the vital signs. We'll take your blood and your urine, and we'll keep close watch on how your body is handling the withdrawal.
Yeah, but I've already been through all that.
Well, you've been through the worst part of it, but the process takes time. Your body is totally chemically dependent on these drugs you've been taking. And that's why it's putting up so much resistance when the drugs are withdrawn.
How long before I'm clean?
You'll be over the hump in a few days. And then we'll move you to one of our rehab groups. And that's when your real work will begin. Now, your roommate, Tracy, is already with her group. I'll be back later to introduce you to her.
But what happens now?
Try to get some rest. Kelly, the past few months, drugs have been your friend. They've made you feel confident. They've helped you relax. They've dulled all the things you didn't want to feel. We're going to teach you to feel again. Without drugs. I'll see you later. Thomas.
3 weeks? It's an awful long time. I don't think I'm going to make this time.
Well, that's why they say take it one day at a time. One day. Don't even think about it.
Think. Can't think. This woman's talking about feelings. I don't want to feel anything.
What is it that you're afraid to feel, Kelly? You know, getting over the drugs is one thing, but there's something else. You're going to have to learn how to deal with what it was that made you take the drugs.
I told you it was a lot of things.
Okay, look, you don't want to talk about it? It's fine, don't talk about it. But it's going to come up again, and you're going to have to face it eventually.
Whatever happened to one day at a time?
Good. Very good. All right. Well, look, I'm going to let you get some rest. Okay?
Scared to death. Thank you.
Check in on you later.
Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, Their Royal Highnesses Prince Ali Mahmoud and his bride, Princess Jasmine. His Royal Highness has graciously consented to a brief question and answer period before moving on to the coronation.
Your Highness, Joe Riley, the Philadelphia Sun. How does it feel to be married?
Well, judging from the last 5 minutes, very good.
Your Majesty, Janine Duval from Le Monde. Where are you planning to honeymoon?
Well, I think it's best we keep our whereabouts a secret. You know how the press can be.
Chris Templeton, International Times. Now that you're married to the princess, do you anticipate further border conflicts with her homeland?
No, I'm confident that Barack and Ishmael will continue to support each other as the loyal allies they've always been.
Your Highness Sloan Denning, DCAP, Washington.
Standing hello.
On behalf of my station and everybody back home in America, I want to wish you both a long and happy life together.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Good luck.
Well, thank you very much, everyone. If you'll excuse us, we have guests waiting for us in the Great Hall. But I would like to stop and thank each and every one of you for all the kindness and support you've given us over the past few months.
Oh, if we have a moment, I'd like to thank our friends.
Yes?
Bob. Mr. Templeton, thank you. Miss Denning. A special thanks to you.
heard it. Have you heard it? It's about Tic Tac. Oh, it still has just 1.5 calories, but it does something amazing. It refreshes your breath a long, long, long time. Believe it or not, one little Tic Tac will actually refresh your breath for an hour and a half. Imagine, a whole hour and a half. You know something? Tic Tac refreshes you so long, maybe they should call it Tic Toc.
Tic Tac, the 1.5 hour, 1.5 calorie breath mint.